Look who's back with us, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Ken, it's great to see you again. Okay, so Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he's designated Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations. He's asking the White House to do the same. Any word back from the White House?
Well, first of all, I commend the governor for doing this. This is a great move. It puts more state resources on going after the cartels. My guess is no, that the White House has not responded, and my guess is they won't. They're in a partnership with the cartel, and they certainly don't want to stop the movement of people.
Well, they're not really in a partnership. They're not in a partnership with the cartel.
Absolutely.
But it's just letting. It's basically aiding and abetting them by not doing anything. It's like a sin of omission.
Well, we can argue how you put it, but in my mind, if you're encouraging the cartels to bring people to Border Patrol, you're in some type of partnership.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. The governor's ordering the Department of Public Safety to begin dismantling their infrastructure. What does that mean?
Well, so that means that as much as possible inside of our country, at least, DPS, our state police, will be focusing on the cartels and trying to find out where they're operating and do everything possible to stop them from transporting people and drugs and any other things that are dangerous to our state, and focus on that effort. I think it'll make a big difference inside of the state, at least.
So the governor's basically saying more Americans died from fentanyl poisoning flowing and pouring across the U.S. border than from terror attacks across the globe in the past 100 years. Is that what he's saying?
That's absolutely what he's saying. The numbers aren't even close. The number of people dying every year from fentanyl overdose has been going up dramatically as the president has allowed more drugs in this country. And the number of people dying from terrorist attacks is a relatively low number.
But, so the president, he spent 40% of his presidency, 242 days out of D.C., including on vacation. He's never visited the southern border. Watch him during the 2020 campaign.
I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to get down.
Well, we hope to see you guys at some of the polling sites. We're very, very excited, super energized. We're voting until 10 o'clock tonight, so we hope to see you guys at one of our stops.
Okay, sorry about that. That was the Texas sheriff who's suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He's obviously political. He's saying vote Democrat. Getting back to the president, he's been in office, or rather in D.C., since the Nixon era, since the 70s. He's never been to the border since then, but he's been going on vacation.
It's a much higher priority for him to be on vacation. I think he's getting what he wants on the border. I think he's been encouraging this from day one. He's not following any of our federal laws as it relates to immigration, and he is encouraging the cartels to bring as many people here as possible, and then we transport them around the country. So he's getting what he wants. He has literally no reason to come to the border because it's actually working out, I believe, just the way he wants it to.
Yeah, flying hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants into U.S. cities across the country, often in the dead of night. But you have the Democrat Texas sheriff, we just showed him on camera. He's now claiming he's going to investigate Governor DeSantis. Javier Salazar is now accused of a political agenda. He's posed with supporters of Democrat Beto O'Rourke. He's called upon Texans to vote Democrat. Is that what you're hearing about him?
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm hearing about it. He has made no complaints about the Biden administration not enforcing federal law and the damage that that's doing to his county. He's a law enforcement officer. He's a sheriff. His crime rates are soaring, and he's focused on going after Ron DeSantis. Seems very, very political, and I think it's an abuse of office.
But the National Catholic Reporter is reporting that some of the migrants actually want to stay in Martha's Vineyard after Ron DeSantis flew them there. Final word.
No, I don't blame them, and I think it's interesting that they got shipped out within 48 hours. I don't think they're going to be invited back, even though everyone seems to be in favor of illegal immigration. They certainly don't want them in their place, and Martha's Vineyard is the perfect example of that.
Has the Texas sheriff admitted or shown what grounds he wants that he's probing Ron DeSantis on? Has he shown what statute's broken?
No, he's not mentioned it. He's fishing, and he's using this as a publicity stunt. There's no indication of a crime by Ron DeSantis.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, thanks for joining us.